After you've uploaded your panoramas, your still photos, videos, or floor plans, the next step is to put your scenes in the order that you want them to appear on the tour, as well as give them titles that will appear on the tour and possibly even descriptions. So to do that, we need to go to the Panorama Still Photo and Video Manager. The manager is where you will manage the scenes that are in your virtual tour. Now, on the Panorama Still Photo and Video Manager, you'll notice that there are several fields for each image, panorama, and video. You've got the title field, and this is the title that will appear on the virtual tour when you mouse over a scene to click and view the scene, or as the scene is being displayed, it will be in the upper right hand corner of the image, the title. And so you'll want to type in titles that are appropriate to that particular image. You'll notice that this is the business center of a hotel. Here's the breakfast area here. All you need to do is just go ahead and click and type in the box at the top, the title that you want. And once you have typed in the titles, it's important to click the save button at the top to make those changes permanent. If you do not click save, then all of those titles will revert back to whatever they originally were. The title field does pull in the name of the image from its file name. So whatever you have it saved as on your computer, the name of that file, such as this image here was ks148lobby.jpg, and so the Fusion system, when this was uploaded, took the ks148lobby.jpg and used the ks148lobby as the title for this particular panner image. So if you want to save yourself some time, you can name your images on your computer for each of your files, and then the system will automatically bring that in. Now, that's the title field. The next thing is the thumbnail. The thumbnail helps you to quickly identify which image you are looking at. And you'll notice that there are little icons in the upper right corner of the thumbnail. There are three icons, one to define each type of media. Panoramas are indicated by an arrow that has arrow points at both ends. The still photos are indicated by this icon here that looks like a photo, and then videos are indicated by this film strip looking icon right here. So you'll see that in this first row, each one of these images is a photo. Down in the second row here, we have photos all the way up until the last one, which is a panorama indicated by the arrow with points at both ends. The next row of images here are all panoramas. And in the last row, I have one video and one panorama. And there you can see the icon for the video. So those icons on each and every thumbnail quickly indicate what type of media. Obviously, we don't have room to show the entire panorama, so we can show the thumbnail that you have set for that particular panorama, along with an indicator saying that this is a panorama. Alright, so below that we have the type. And the type refers to the type of imagery. Now this one happens to be a still photo, and it is set to still photo. If I was to set this to partial panorama and click save, the icon in the upper right corner of the thumbnail would change to panorama. I know that this particular image is a still photo, so I'm going to leave it at still photo. If one of these images was showing up incorrectly, perhaps it was saying that my full 360 panorama was only a partial panorama, then you simply use this type selector to change the type, and then go up and click the save button at the top in order to make that change permanent. That change does not become permanent until you actually click on the save button at the top. So the type should be indicating what type of media that is, and again, if that media is incorrect, simply click on the drop down menu, select the correct type of media, and then click the save button at the top. You'll notice that for video, video is video. There is no chance to change a video clip to any other type of media. Now here's a good example right here. You can see this panorama, and I know that this panorama of the King Suite here is a full 360 panorama, and the system is indicating right now that this is a partial panorama, and I know that that is not correct. So I'm going to come to the drop down menu here. I'm going to come down and I'm going to click on 360 cylindrical because this is a cylinder. And so I'm going to click on 360 cylindrical, and then I'm going to go back up to the top and I'm going to click on the save button so that it will update that panorama and make it a full 360 panorama instead of only displaying it as a partial panorama. So it's always important to take just a moment and quick check down through all of your media to make sure that it has the proper media type assigned to it. Now, there we can see that the information updated successfully. And if I go back down here, the King Suite panorama is now a 360 cylinder. Alright, next is the description field. The description field is where I can enter in a description, again, that will appear on the virtual tour for each scene. Now, let's say for the business center here, the hotel wanted me to say that there is free internet access. Thank goodness there is a spell check there. I'd accidentally typed in two N's there. Free internet access for guests of the hotel with at our business center. At our business center. All right. So there is a description right there. And then let's see here. Here's the breakfast area. So enjoy hot breakfast every morning as a guest of this hotel. Okay, and so on and so forth. Now, the descriptions do not save again until I come up here and click the save button at the top. So anytime I type in a description, notice I typed in a couple. You can type in as many as you want. I always encourage you to save often, and that will just make sure that if something were to happen, you lost power, your computer crashed, the internet closed, whatever happens, that you do not lose the work that you've been doing. If I sat in here and I was writing these nice lengthy descriptions on every single one of these scenes and something happened and I lose my internet, lose my power, lose my connection, and I've just finished typing in 17 descriptions, I really don't want to have to go back and do that work all over again. So I just encourage you, click save often. As you make a few adjustments, it just takes a second to click save and then keep going, and that will just help ensure that you don't lose all your work. Alright, now in addition to typing in individual descriptions, you will notice that there is a button for click to copy. And the click to copy button will copy the description on the scene that you hit the click to copy button for, and it will copy it to all of the other scenes in your virtual tour. So you'll notice that you can put descriptions on videos, panoramas, and stills, and if I wanted the same exact description on every single image, so no matter what image they're looking at, they see the same message, I could do that simply by clicking on the click to copy. Now, before I do the click to copy, I need to make sure that after I've entered the description that I click the save button on the manager. That way the description that I've just recently entered is saved. Once that is saved, I can simply hit the click to copy. The system will think descriptions updated successfully, and you'll notice that the enjoy hot breakfast description from the breakfast scene that I had entered in when I clicked to copy, it had copied that description to every single image. Now, I don't want that description on every single image. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to clear all of these off here real quick. Notice I'm emptying the description out of the description field on the breakfast area. I'm going to click save, and then I'm going to use that same click copy feature to clear all of the descriptions on the virtual tour, seeing as how I didn't mean to put all of those, the same description on every single one of these images. Obviously, they're not going to enjoy hot breakfast in the pool area. I went ahead and just cleared that one, clicked save, and then did the click to copy so that it would copy a blank description to every single scene in my virtual tour. Okay, so now that I have my description fields cleared out again, let's say that I wanted to be able to copy a description only to one type of media. For instance, maybe in the panorama, I want to just give them instruction. Um, Something along the lines of use, let's see here, left click on the panorama and move your mouse to look around and explore this room. All right. So maybe what I want to do is just indicate some directions to tell people that they can, and maybe I'll remove the left click here and just make it click on the panorama and drag your mouse to look around and explore this room. So maybe I want to put that description on a panorama, and maybe I want to copy that only to the other panoramas in my tour so that all my panoramas have the same direction. Well, there is this nice handy dandy set of buttons up here at the top under Copy Media Description. Now these toggles will toggle on and off the types of media that will receive the description when I hit the click to copy on the image that I've entered my description. So let's say I wanted to copy that description only to panoramas. Well, I don't want it on photos, so I'm going to toggle photos off. I don't want it on video, so I'm going to toggle video off, leaving only panoramas to receive the description that I just entered on this panorama. Now, I've entered this panorama description, and before I do the click to copy, I need to come up here and save that description. I have not clicked save yet. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to click save, and that's going to save that description that I just typed in. Come back down here, and you will see there is the description that I had just typed in. Click on the panorama and drag to look around and explore this room. Okay, now with only the panoramas selected to receive the description when I copy the media, I come down to this panorama where I entered the description and I do click to copy. Description updated successfully. It tells me that right there. And now if I come down on the window on the manager here, I will see that all of my panoramas, here's the first one I typed the description on, all my panoramas have that same description. So if you want to type in a description just for photos, you could do that one time, turn off the panorama, turn on the photo, and copy the description using the click to copy that description only to the photos. If I had a description that was only going to go on the video, I could do that. I could take one video, type in a description, and then use the copy media description to select only videos to receive that description. Let's do one more here real quick. I'm going to type a description here. I'm going to put this is a photo of. Now notice that I don't have to type full description here, but instead I could type a partial description, and I'm going to go ahead and click save first of all, because maybe I want the description on each photo to start out with this is a photo of, and then I can type in my final scene name at the end of that, Business Center. Well, to make it easy to copy this partial description to all just the photos, I'm going to turn just the photo on, leave the panoramas off and the video off. I have saved my description, and now using that same click to copy, I can copy that description to only the photos. Notice it says this is a photo of on each one of these photos here. Notice that my panorama description is still preserved. It has not changed my panorama description because I selected to only copy this description to the photos. Then I can come in here and enter in Business Center, and in here I can type in breakfast area. And notice this has saved me a lot of time. Instead of typing this is a photo of the business center, the breakfast area, it has saved me a lot of time by allowing me to simply use the same portion of description that was going to be used on each photo and simply just put in this is a photo of the business center, the breakfast area, and I could continue on with the rest of the descriptions that way. So I'm going to go ahead and save these descriptions now that I have them updated the way that I want them. And so I'm going to go ahead and click save at the top. Okay, now Below the description field, there is a show on tour, and notice it says not available under all of these images with the exception of video. Video is the only thing that you can choose to say not to show on tour or to show on tour. The reason that we give you the option for the video here to show on tour or not show on tour is the fact that you may have a video clip that you do not want to appear in the tour window when somebody's looking at the tour. However, you want that video clip to be a part of the video when you take your virtual tour and turn it into a video and post it to YouTube. So if you have a video clip that you only want to be part of the video when it's posted to YouTube, you can simply turn that off so it does not show it on the tour. Or if you do want the video to be part of the tour, then you can click to turn that on. If you turn this, it'll always default to being on when you upload a video into a tour. It'll always default to showing on the tour unless you tell the Fusion system to not show it on the tour. If you do click to turn that off so it is not showing on the virtual tour, always make sure that you remember to go back to the top and click to save that feature. Alright? Next, you'll see background music. Notice that there is no option available here on photos or on panoramas. And again, this is another one only for the video. The background music is going in this toggle switch here for background music is going to tell the Fusion system when the video is displayed on the virtual tour, do you want the background music from the virtual tour to play during the video clip, or does the video clip have its own audio and you want the background music from the virtual tour to fade out during the time that the video clip is being shown. So if you want the background music of the tour to play while the video clip is playing, then you'd want this feature turned on. If the video clip has its own audio and you do not want the background music of the tour to play during the video clip, then you would turn that off. And again, to save that setting, you would need to go up and click on the Save button at the top of the manager. The next toggle switch down on the attributes section here of the manager is the show on MLS. If you're doing a real estate tour, there is an MLS link to the virtual tour separate from the branded link. The MLS version of the tour is the unbranded version. And if you have images that maybe show the for sale sign in the front yard or an image of the realtor themselves, and you want that image to be in the branded tour for the realtor, but you do not want it to appear in the unbranded version that goes on the MLS, we've given you a toggle switch to turn off each piece of media, whether it's a panorama, a photo, or a video. You have this toggle switch here to click to say do not show on the MLS, which is the unbranded version of the virtual tour. So that's simply just a toggle switch to turn that on and off for each individual panorama, photo, and video. So let's say you were doing a video where the realtor is welcoming people into the home and using it as an opportunity to brand themselves, to talk about who they are and this home that they would like you to see. Obviously, that would be a great opportunity to turn the show on MLS off so that so that they don't have any violations there with the MLS for having the realtor's information on the virtual tour. Lastly, here you've got the Show on Flyer button. Now the Show on Flyer button here will indicate which images appear on the flyer. And you can simply just click to turn an image on if you want that image to appear on the flyer. And that's just a simple toggle. So you can toggle an image on or off, whether you want it or don't want it to appear on the flyer. All the images default to off the first time that you come into the manager. So if you want any images to appear on your flyer when you create your flyer later, you do need to make sure that you turn that button on in order to have that image appear on the flyer. Alright? Lastly, you have the delete button. And if there's an image, whether it's a photo, a panorama, or even a video that you do not want on this particular virtual tour, maybe you uploaded it by mistake, maybe you just don't want it on the virtual tour at all, then you can simply just click the delete button. Before you delete an image, whether it's a panorama, still, or video, before you delete any scene out of your virtual tour, if you have made any changes to the title, to the description, to the type of media that an image or a pan happens to be, if you've made changes to any of these things, if you've turned on and off any of the toggles, make sure that you click the save button before you ever delete an image. Because if we make a change on any of these areas and then we come down here and go, oh wait, I don't want that image in here, and you click the delete button, at the moment you click the delete button, the tour will delete that image, but it will refresh and you will lose all of your changes. So before you delete an image, always make sure that you click on the save button to save all your other work so that you don't lose it at the time that you click to delete an image. And then to delete an image, you simply just click on the delete button and it will say, are you sure you want to delete the selected image? And you would click OK if you want to delete it. I don't want to get rid of this image, so I'm just going to click cancel for right now. So that is all of the attributes and the parts of each of these pieces of media. Now, we still need to put these scenes in the order. Currently, it's starting with the business center, and you can tell by the little numbers down here at the bottom. See that there is a little column for each image, and you can see a number at the bottom of each one of these scenes. And that indicates that this business center currently is the first thing people will see when the tour starts, and that this breakfast area is the second thing that they will see. Now, this tour is obviously not in the order that I want it. So what we're going to do here is we are going to put these images in the order. To put the images in the order, all you need to do is click on an image and drag that to the position that you want. Now notice it's still showing that this image is scene number 4. So I want this to be scene number 1, so I just drag it ahead of scene number 1, and as soon as I drop that and let it go, it now has become scene number 1 in my tour. And so this is going to be the first thing people see is the front of the hotel. Now, obviously, with my screen size here, I'm not able to see all of the images in my tour. Currently, I've got 17 scenes. I've got one video and then 16 pans and stills. So, in order to be able to see more of these images at once, there are some interface settings up here at the top. Now, I can turn the labels section off, and you'll see that this labels section on the left-hand side that tells me what each of these fields are, I can simply turn that off, and that gives me one more photo per row. So you'll see here that I've got 5 scenes on each row that are appearing, and I can turn this labels section off, and that now gives me 6 scenes per line. Now, I can go even farther to turn off the attributes section. You'll see that that's the section where we had all of the features such as show on the MLS and the show on flyer and the delete button and the show on tour and all of those and background music. All of those attributes can be turned off, and now I'm left with just the subject, the thumbnail, the type of media, and the description. Alright, and this is great if you're working on just the descriptions. You could turn off the attributes and labels, leave just the details, and this will allow you to see several more images. Notice that at this point I'm able to see all 17, and if I had an 18th scene here, I would be able to see all 18 of my scenes simply by turning off the labels and the attributes. It has shrunk these down to a size where I can fit more images on one screen, meaning I don't have to scroll up and down my screen as much. Now there is one more button right here for the details, and if I click on that details button, that does remove the type of media and description, and now I'm left with just a thumbnail and just the subject or the title bar of each of these images. And notice that has made it so that I can see even more of my media at one time. So if you have a lot of scenes in your virtual tour, make sure that you turn these interface settings off when you're organizing the scenes as far as the sort order that you want those to appear, because you'll be able to see a lot more of your scenes and not have to scroll up and down so much when you reduce the amount of information down to just the thumbnail and the subject. Again, we still have the numbers associated with each scene, so for this virtual tour to make sense when somebody views it, I want them to first see the front of the hotel. The next thing I want them to see is the lobby, so I'll drag that up to the number 2 position. Then after the lobby, I would like them to be able to see, let's see here, I've got a still photo of the lobby. Now this lobby shot here is a panorama, and this lobby shot here is a still photo, so actually I'm going to start with a photo of the lobby, then they can see a panorama of the entire lobby there. After the lobby, I would like to have them see something of interest, and I know that a lot of people that stay at this hotel like the free continental breakfast, so I'll go ahead and move that then to right after the lobby. And then let's show them a room just to mix it up and make that fun and exciting. Notice this was scene number 9. I drag it and now it becomes scene number 5. After a room, I'll mix it up and show them the business center. Let's see here, this breakfast area actually should have went at the same point as the rest of this breakfast area. So I'll let the panorama show them the entire room, then I'll give them a close-up of just the food by showing them that still photo there. Next, we've got that room there that I'd put in. I will show them I know the pool is very important, and so I'm going to put the pool, let's see here, I'll put that down here, so that's the next one after one of the rooms. They'll see the pool. They will see the fitness center, then the business center, and let's see here, we've got some panoramas of the rooms, so why don't we go ahead and throw some of those panoramas ahead of the night shot of the hotel here. And let's see here, let's actually put those ahead of the business center. And let's see here, there's the indoor pool, here's the outdoor pool, that one's a photo, that one's a panorama. And let's see here, here's another room here, so let's throw that in there. And I'll just get all of these rooms in here, and then we'll go ahead and then have the night shot, and then there's our video as well. Okay, so now we have our images in the order that we want them to be. Always remember, when you change the order of your scenes, you always want to click that save button to save the order. If you do not click the save button, the scene sort order that you just sorted out will not be saved, and you'll have to go back and do it again. So anytime you make a change to the order of the images or anything else, remember to always click save. Now that I've got the order of those, I've got all my images in the order that I want them to appear, I can go ahead and turn on the details and the attributes and the labels if I want them, go back to the original view, and this tour is all set and ready for me to continue on to the next step.